Hey everyone, so I've had a bunch of questions asking me what colours I use to paint this little guy, and it turns out it was a few more than I thought, so I thought I'd just do a quick breakdown of how I did each part and what paint I used. So I primed my model in black spray, and for the base coat I used this lovely squid pink from Vallejo, and for some of the brighter areas and the edge highlight I used this sickly pink from AK, and to shade this Carroburg Crimson for the recesses and an overall panel shade. For the trim, I used this anodized violet from AK. To shade, I used good old Drucci Violet. And to highlight, I used Stormhouse Silver. Any of the black trim, I simply used this black Intense from AK. For the weapon itself, I used this Colour Shift Dark Blue from Green Stuff World. I also used good old classic Lead Belcher for his chains and the saw blades on his axe. For his loincloth, for lack of a better term, I used this really nice gory red from Vallejo. And to highlight that, I used some Evilson Scarlet. So for any of the skulls and bone accents, I used Zandri Dust. I washed that with Seraphim Sepia, and I used Ushabti Bone to highlight. For his weapon pouch, I did this in Steel Legion Drab. I shaded this with Reikland Flesh Shade, and then just brought some of the colour back afterwards and used a little bit of Rakarth Flesh to highlight. For the skin tone on his arm, I started with a base of Brown Rose by AK. I then went over the top of that with some Kislev Flesh on the more raised parts, and then on the really high edges I used Flayed Wound Flesh. And for his eyes we used AK Brilliant White just to get some colour behind them, and then I went in with some contrast paint, and I also used some Eshin Grey to highlight the black. And how could we forget, got some blood for the blood god spattered throughout for obvious reasons. So here's a breakdown of all the colours I used for my Sparkly Pink World Eater. I might do a breakdown for my purple World Eater as well, if anyone asks. But yeah, that's how we did this. Let me know what you think in the comments.